talk about a common case analysis for Salutations food distributors. So, basic introduction, pretty much Salutations Foods is a company. They distribute luxury grocery products to retailers, upscale retailers around the region, in the central region of Canada. So currently they employ 450 warehouse employees and 25 admin and sales employees. They're envisioning growth and expansion into long-term contracts with such upscale retailers like Loblaws, Metro, Provigo, and possibly even Walmart. Right now they're in a predicament where they must double their capacity and workforce in order to meet the demands of potential agreements for expansion and growth. And right now it currently operates 2 distribution facilities and considers either expanding the current 2 facilities or proposing a new facility, which is either located in Lake Routot, PQ, or Banesville, Ontario.
So I will be talking about new business strategy. Basically, what we narrowed down to is have a product differentiation. Basically, what we want to say is that they should improve on product delivery as well, because most of the time it says in the case that a retailer receives spoiled goods. So basically, it's also product differentiation, also work as a business strategy, like a marketing strategy. It will help them to be competitive advantage over the other competitor if there any new coming in. And they can work on new product development, improve enhance over current product range, improve product appearance, and convenient delivery arrangement for customers.
So in order for Salutations company to develop and grow, they do have core values within the company right now, but we decided to redefine the mission statement. So they should be committed to providing premium quality products and luxurious groceries to quality customers and vendors. Be a valuable source to their customers by outshining their expectations, appreciating the long-term relationships between the suppliers and their clients, and they should distinguish themselves by the best customer service to their quality clients. They want to create a corporate environment which motivates and is respectful of their employees right now through their teamwork and communication. They want to contribute to sustainable talent and growth development of employees, and they want to take care and contribute to the community environment. So for a vision statement, they want to see the vision towards their future by observing industry and economic changes and maintaining their values and establishing a standard within their industry. And how they will get there they'll see their success through their customer gratitude, employee satisfaction, and long-term continuous development of their business vendors.
So in the case, there were numbers of key issues, but these are just like a very brief indication of what they should work on. So I'm just going to name a very few of them. So basically, the very first one and the major for them is that sales have fallen from 34 million to 29 million. So they need to come up with a new strategy to improve on that. They should really get back onto 34 million. And everything else is about low supervision. Employees are not motivated to work because there's no one to tell them exactly what to do and where they stand on a scale of 1 to 10. They should have someone to guide them or help them improve in their current position. Plus, there's new employees and old employees. There are 2 different groups. They do not interact with each other. Turnover has increased due to nature of work. No training for new employees, especially at the Valleyfield location. Lack of latest technology. Right now, they're currently using Excel and Word. We will be elaborating on that later on. But these were the few key issues that we found for the SWOT analysis, basically for the strength is that they've been there for 5 decades. So pretty much they have made their name and recognition in the industry. They're one of the biggest distributors of the produce. And the weakness is that, as I mentioned before, they do not have up-to-date technology. Their employees are not being motivated to work hard. And opportunity is that, as mentioned in the case, they can either work with wholesome food or go into contact with supermarkets like Walmart, Metro. And threats is that currently their wholesome food could be a threat too, because as again they will be working together, so there may be a competition there in the future.
So for analysis of the carbon case, we use pestle analysis. So pestle analysis involves political, economic, social, technological factors, environmental, and legal factors. So pretty much for political factors, it consists of, especially the fact that they're considering into the into agreement with the New York State, being considered as American Free Trade Agreement. Economic factors such as exchange rates between the U.S. dollar and the Canadian dollar would be impacted. Social things such as the consumer awareness of eating healthy foods, that's a factor that would affect them, which is positive actually. Also, technological, pretty much they lack any state-of-art technology within terms of HRIS or even logistics. So that's a huge factor that we need to improve on. Environmental factors, they can go green, friendly, as well. Global warming has a negative impact on their production just because of the climate changes. And legal environments such as employment law, legal law, collective bargaining agreements, things like that be affected by.
Alright, so we use the diamond model to analyze the organization. And then we use the Porter's five forces as well to analyze the organization. And then we have the stakeholder analysis. So as for the internal stakeholder in salutations, it would be the Olet family, the director, management, staff, and then the employees. And as for external stakeholders at salutations, it would be the customers and the government. And now we'll be talking about the alternatives. So Rahila will be talking about the first one.
For the first option we thought of considering is that partnership with the retailers like Walmart, Metro, as they have approached salutation for the to work with them for the beginning for the 18 months. So that was the one option, and second one we thought of salutation to brand. Okay, so this is something from the letter that Wholesome sent to the salutation. This is from there how they can salutation could brand product under their name instead of Awesome asked for their recognition for their name. So basically, salutation could go under their own brand. And for number 3.
So for number 3, we say that salutations could agree to their terms that they would, distribute the product for Wholesome Foods in Ontario and Quebec, and Wholesome Foods would receive $1 per unit distributed in Canada after paying an upfront licensing fee of $100,000. And they would agree to pay all of the marketing fees and expenses relating to promotions of the product in Canada as well. And Salutations would only be responsible for receiving the product from the Syracuse warehouse and distributing it in Ontario and Quebec. So the compelling selection of option, we believe that Salutations should get under a licensing agreement with Wholesome Foods and agree to distribute their product into Quebec and Ontario. And in this way, they have a chance to grow their business, build a good business relationship, and in this way, they can ask Wholesome Foods to distribute their product in the States, and then Salutations would distribute Wholesome's product in Canada. So the implementation process, we'll be talking about short term.
So basically for the short term, as Noor had mentioned, that we would like Salutation and Wholesome Foods like work together. So basically for the very first step they should do is to have a legal contract, a license to work with each other, so that if they have any problem in the future, so they can really back it up with the legal requirements. So that's for the short term. And for the long term, it's going international. Basically, Salutation is only side of the Canada, and while Wholesome is like globally known, like Asia and Europe. So if Salutation is willing to comply Wholesome requirements, so basically maybe in exchange they can help Salutation to go abroad as well. So that was the take on it. And that was for the business case, and now we're gonna go on with the organization development. So again, this is a new business strategy coming from the common case analysis that I did before. It's just having a product differentiation.
Okay, so to analyze the organization, we use the systems model theory. And using the systems model theory, it allows us to see the interconnectedness between different areas in the organization. And in order for an organization to be successful, they need to make sure to align their business strategy, mission, vision, and objectives accordingly.
So another analysis we did, we thought of doing is important, the gap analysis. Basically it talks about where the company is right now and where we want to be in the future. So these are the terms that we think they really need to work on, are have a better technology system, good customer service, empower the employees, and greater teamwork. They need to work on these 4 elements to have a nicer, secure organization system for the future. And I'll be talking about OD intervention. The very first one, in the individual level, the very first one we thought is a coaching. Basically, it works as a learning and development solution where one learn and develop as it goes. Coaching for performance, and it also empowers the individual and encourages them to take responsibility. The next one is mentoring. This is another intervention in the individual level, because as mentioned in the case, there are 2 different groups, like a new employee and old employee. So basically they can seek help from each other, like a new employee can have a better, it works as a training procedure for them, so where they can have a senior employee helping the new employee and mentoring them. 360 feedback is important after going on through the mentoring and coaching, so they can see and they can be evaluated from 360 angles, like from each perspective, where they're standing right now. And team level will be covered by Jessica.
Okay. So in terms of team level OD clinics, we suggested 3 different methods. The first method is called the workaround. It's actually a problem-solving technique. And it's used, how it works is, introduction phase and a brainstorming phase. Gallery of ideas. So introduction, you just discover the purpose and objective for it. Brainstorming, you just have small teams create just find things that you want to focus on. Gallery of ideas, the team recognizes the top 10 best ideas, and then there's action planning. So action planning is when all teams are made, they decide on their actions together, and they take that and they do a town meeting, which is the last stage, which is they go back to the senior management. The senior management would discuss if it works or not, and they'll decide if it'll take place or if they'll decide the time period of the change. Okay, so for appreciating inquiry, it focuses on the positives rather than negatives. It's an optimistic view of things. So when we look at a company, we look at the company's more dedicated work ethics and strengths rather than the negative. So we bring on the positive first rather than the negative. It gives insights to participants that the voice is heard and their contributions do matter in the organization. And looking at the business perspective, it allows others to discover their own personal goals as well and their visions for the future. The last one is competition meeting, which is it just encompasses pretty much a half day to a long day period of time involving a team. Pretty much these members are posed with problems that vary with each other, and they go into detail with those.
Okay, so now the interventions that we suggest for the organizational level. So we say that they should do an organizational culture change. So in this type of intervention, everything associated with the culture, people, and the organization is assessed. So the culture can involve a wide range of behaviors, actions, meanings, or symbols in an organization. So another intervention we suggest is Six Sigma. It involves the process of improving the quality and process of production in an organization, and implementing the Six Sigma strategy and including it and aligning it with the business strategy will allow Salutations to build a competitive advantage and resolve the current concerns of Salutations products freshness. And then the third intervention that we recommend would be the strategic planning. So this intervention will allow Salutations to take a look at what strategic action it should take for further advancement of the organization. So Regula will be talking about short-term for final OD intervention.
So basically for the short term is the very first step we want to do is engage with our employees. So we want to spread out the information and as message to them first so they can act on it. So the way we're going to do is we're going to have flat screen projectors, bulletin board, chart and pictures around the organization so they know they can keep up with what's going on in the organization and what they need to work on being on the same level. And now they're talking about long-term information.
Okay, so for the long-term for final OD intervention, we recommend an effective reward system. So having an effective reward system will make everything more efficient and make it a more rewarding work environment for the employees. It will help to improve their level of performance, and once they improve their performance, they can be rewarded with bonuses, promotions, higher pay, and this will encourage a higher level of performance environment. It will help to increase employee morale, build a good culture in the organization, and it would always also help to attract and retain valuable employees. And we also suggest that for an effective reward system, we could have an appreciation day where Salutations can hold fun special events for their employees, such as annual parties where employees can play games and win prizes, or they could hold lunch or breakfast parties so they can create a better organizational culture. And in this way, they can show their appreciation for employees' hard work throughout the year. And this will help to increase employee morale and better the relationship between employee and management.
Okay, so communicating the OB intervention messaging to the stakeholders. So the two most best common methods that we could use would be media and face-to-face. So media includes any audio, visual aids, because it does kind of, it will at least respond to all types of learning styles. So we do something that's bulletins on like throughout the warehouse facilities or possibly internet staff website and written language, things like that, everywhere, posters. That's for media. For face-to-face method, it says it's actually the best method of communication because it doesn't involve it's a two-way communication system and it's a direct response and feedback system. So, when you speak something, you get the answer right away, or you can question about it. Yeah, it's how the best way.
All right, so now we will be talking about the advanced applications in HRIS system portion of the common case. So the current technology at Salutations is very basic. It mainly uses Microsoft Excel and Word to manage most of their human resources functions, including warehousing and distribution. And the payroll system is the only function that's electronically managed, and it's outsourced to ADP. And they use a very old-fashioned version of MS Great Plains to manage their finance department. And this basic IT system is becoming a drawback for the business because employees are finding it very time-consuming and hard to use to come up with accurate data to make reports or presentations for the business. And the current technology is really affecting the ability of the president and the employees to make proper business decisions. And therefore, the current information technology system is really, hurting the potential success of Salutations Food.
So, in the portion of the report, it asks us where do we want to purchase or lease it out. So we decided to purchase it because in the long run, it will be less cost effective. It's a very cost effective for Salutation. It will be less expensive in the long run because leasing out and paying a chunk every month, it adds up to a lot more than we would pay in the front. And we decided to use standalone HRIS is because it's inexpensive and more cost effective than ERP solution. Can be implemented within a year.